Hey guys, today I am going to be talking about the different types of care jobs in the UK, just so that you know what you're getting into. My previous video I talked about if you want me to explain the different types of care in the UK, and so you know what the type of care you want to work in. And I got a lot of comments in my comment section saying I should explain the different type of care. So today I'm making this video to that respect. I want to talk about the different type of care, what they look like, and if possible, if I can find videos that explain what it is I'm talking about, then fine. But if I can't find any, I won't be putting any in this video. And if you are watching this video and you want to put in your opinion, or you want to share your opinion about what it is I've shared in this video, please feel free to put it down in this comment section.
Every moment tonight, they led me to you. Every single time you look at me, I lose it.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and to my returning subscribers, you guys know the drill, you know the vibes here. You're welcome to today's video. Thank you for being here, and if you're new here, you're very much welcome. Hello, you're welcome to this channel. I'm happy to have you guys here. My name is Love. If you're here to subscribe to my channel, please click on that subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you don't miss any of my videos when I drop them on my channel. So without wasting much of your time, guys, I will list the different types of care to my best knowledge, and I'll explain all of them. So the first one is support worker. So I'm not sure if you have heard about support worker, what it looks like. I feel like support worker is one of the easiest jobs you can do, or roles you can do in care sector, because it's very flexible, is accommodating, and is stress-free. So for support, you might be going to their homes to work with them, or you might also be in a care residence setting where you have different people who need support. It's not like they can't do anything for themselves. Some of them are not aged people, some of them don't basically have disabilities, some of them they are disabled. I mean, they can't walk, they can't talk, they can't do some basic things for themselves, while some they can walk, they can talk, they can do things for themselves, but they just need you to prompt them. So for support, you'll be working with the resident one-on-one, so you might not be doing personal care for them. For support, you might not be doing personal care. It's not compulsory to do personal care for them, except it is required in their plans that you have to shower them, you have to dress them and stuff like that. But for major support, you just need to prompt them. When I mean prompting, I mean you have to tell them, John, it's time for you to have your lunch. Some of them know how to cook, some of them can make their food themselves, but some of them you have to make the food for them, but you just need to serve them the food and they will eat. Some of them you need to prompt them and say, John, you need to eat your food. John, it's time for you to take your drugs, and they will take it. Why some you tell them, John, you need to go and have your shower, and they will do that. John might tell you, okay, I want to go out for shopping, and they will go out themselves and shop. Why some will tell you they want to ease themselves, they want to use the toilet, they will do that. All you need to do is just to be on alert when they do these basic things for themselves. Some might have problem or challenges with their sight, and they will need like a guidance, like an assistance to walk or do things for themselves. But generally, support is you prompting. And those people who work with residents that need support, you can see them lounging. I mean, the workers, they might sit down watching TVs with the residents. You might see them just working on their phone. So support majorly is not much work compared to other care jobs that are required, or other roles that are required in care. So support has to be the flexible type of care that everyone has to opt into or wants to opt into. I don't know much way to explain support, but it's just basically more of flexibility around your residents, just prompting them, you telling them. It's different from other care where you have to help them do everything. But support, you'll be the one telling them, go and do this thing for yourself, or yeah, go and eat, go and bathe, come and take your drugs. come and go to the restroom, it's time to go to the shopping mall, it's time to see your GP. That's you prompting them, because some of them might not know basically what they are doing. But in some support, you might be feeding them, helping them wash their clothes in the washing machine. You might also be helping them cook their meals. You might also be feeding them. You might also be hoisting them. When I mean hoisting, using the hoisting machine to put them to bed, take them out of bed, move them around the home, if you know what I mean. So that's more of support. If you want me to explain more, I might do that in the video. I just want this video to be very short, so I can be able to accommodate other roles for care. And the other one is carer or care assistant. What do you mean by a carer or care assistant? These people basically are the ones who help you take care of your daily needs. They are mostly found in care homes. A care home can be a building of 3-story buildings, a duplex, or so you have residents up to 5, 20, 30, 50 people living in one home, so more of a duplex. So they have different rooms. I'll be dropping a video of how a care home looks like in my next video or subsequent videos if I'm able to. I've edited that video, it's just to do voiceover for that video. A care assistant or a carer is basically helping residents who have challenges with their life. They might have diabetes, they might be going through depressions, mental health issues. As a carer or a care assistant, you help them live their lives. You bathe them in the morning, do personal care for them. You don't cook their food because they have chefs who do their dietary plans and all food stuffs, and all you need to do is serve them or prompt them to eat, or you feed them themselves, help them change their pads, change their clothes, dress their bed, tidy up their rooms if required. And you might also be bathing them. Yes, you have to bathe them. For a carer or care assistant, you bathe residents, help them change their clothes, feed them, and basically every other thing. And some of them have families that will come to see them on few occasions in terms of birthdays or monthly visits or weekly visits. So as a care assistant, you basically just help them to be doing things that if they need assistance from you, they'll buzz on you, you come and they'll tell you what they want. If it's coffee or tea, milk, drink, anything, you'll be the one to help them. So as a care assistant, you are standby there with them, helping them take care of their daily activities from morning to evening or till your shift ends. So that's basically what a care assistant does. But if you want me to talk more about what a care assistant still do, then I'll have to do another video for that. But for now, I'll just leave that basic explanation for them. If I find a video for it, I will leave it in this video on this explanation as well. And the other one is a senior care assistant. So a senior care assistant is basically like a team leader, someone who has been on the job, who supersedes all that carers and tell them what to do. A senior care assistant will basically come to meet you and tell you, okay, have you seen John? I think he needs milk. Can you go and give John milk? And you as a carer, you will go because you've been told by a senior care assistant. And as a carer, you go to John and meet John. Hello, John. Do you need anything? And John will tell you he needs milk or he needs this particular thing, and you have to go and get it for them. For a senior care assistant, you basically be the one who would be giving medications to the residents, those who need to take painkillers, some medications that require them to be able to sleep or do some things in their life or do some things when they need to sleep and all that. Senior care assistant is the one who would administer medications to residents. They are the ones who are liable and eligible to give out medications, and also they make sure that the home is being taken care of during their shift. They make sure that every other care assistant under them do their duties diligently to make sure that all residents are being attended to at every point in time. They are like the team leaders. They run the care home at the time of their shift with other care assistants. So that's what a senior care assistant do. And another one is a live-in carer. What is a live-in carer? So I think a live-in carer is one of the jobs that anyone should opt into. If I wasn't married, I would want to be a live-in carer. A living carer is you living with a resident in their own house, in their own home, in their own community. You help them live their lives. It's basically like you are their children, you are their family. So a living carer, you stay in the home with the residents, and you prepare their meal, you go to the market to buy food items. If it requires you to go with them, you can go with them. If you don't have to go with them, you go do it yourself. You take them for appointments, you take them for activities, recreational activities. As a living carer, you are most likely to earn more and save more for yourself. You can earn up to £1,000 in a week, because you'll be earning more, because anything that happens to that resident, it's all on you. You'll be the one to write statements to the care home who has sent you to that home and to the police. So you need to know everything and study the residents from morning to evening. When they finish having their breakfast, to their lunch, to their dinner, you'll be trained, if you're not, on how to give them medication. So basically, you are the one living their lives for them. You have to monitor them 24/7. You have to make sure that they have their needs attended to. So as a living carer, you might not have your life with you, because you're living your life with someone aside your family. So you're going to be in the resident's house depending on the term that your agency or your care company has required you to stay with a living carer. So for a support worker and a living carer, those two jobs are one of the two roles for care jobs that I recommend for people to take up on. So a living carer basically just live with the residents. You clean their home, you dress their bed, you hoist them from their rooms downstairs, you shower them if required, you give them their medications, you take them out. So that's what a living carer does. And another one is the domiciliary care. I never want to advise anyone to a domiciliary carer, because it's quite tedious, except you're that type that you don't mind taking up on jobs that you would require you to walk from one home to another. A domiciliary carer, you're basically not working in a residence home, you're basically not working in a care home. You are going to be working as a community worker, moving from one resident's house to another. You might be in this resident's home giving them medication, and your care agency or your care company will call you and say, Judith, by 2 p.m. go to LS 14 247 and give this resident their medication. It's time for them to have their medication, so it's time for you to leave James and go to Judith and give them their medication. Then that's why if you check online, most domiciliary care jobs with visa sponsorship require you to have a driver's license and your own car, so that it will be easy for you to move from one place to another, so that you can go to James, from James you can go to Judith. So it's quite stressful, because at the time you are leaving James, you are going to Judith. The traffic, the time, the stress, the time management, all in you, and you are going through pressure. So domiciliary care has to be one of the care jobs that is very stressful. I never advise anyone close to me to take up on that job, except you have your own mobility to move around and you don't mind taking up on the job. So for a domiciliary carer, you are expected to take care of 5 residents in different locations. I mean, you can move from Kafashan to China, from China to USA to Canada. That is how you will run your shift in a day. And at the end of the day, you are exhausted, you are tired, you feel drained, you feel pressured, because you've been moving from James to Judith, Judith to Joanna, from Joanna to Precious, and all of that. So for those of you who will be taking up on domiciliary care, this is much expected from you. It's going to be interesting, because you're going to be meeting different residents, going to different locations, exploring different cities, different homes. But then at the end of the day, you are being tired, you're stressed, you're pressured. So that's what a domiciliary care is. Then an healthcare assistant. What is a healthcare assistant? We generally use the word healthcare assistant, but a healthcare assistant is different from every other role as a carer. Healthcare assistant, they are basically found in the hospitals. They work in the hospitals as an assistant to doctors, nurses, and other top positions in the health sectors. What do they do in the hospital? They are like an errand let me use the word errand people. They run errands for the nurses, for the doctors. They basically be in the theater with the doctors or the nurses. When the doctors need assistance, they are the one they will ask assistance from. Please, can you get us the cotton wool? Please, can you go and attend to John? Can you go and attend to James? James is going to the ward in ward 5. Can you take James? And sometimes James might just be too heavy, but you have to lift James to the next ward. And when they need you to do something else, they will call you again from ward 5. You have to go to ward 10 and you have to pick Judith from ward 10 and take Judith to the theater. When you go to theater, the nurse will ask you, okay, Judith is here, what does Judith need? You have to read some things. So basically that's what they do as an healthcare assistant. It's quite an interesting job, but I've heard people complain that it's very stressful and it's very tedious. So if you're thinking of working as an healthcare assistant, please don't mind the noise. If you are thinking of working as an healthcare assistant, basically you are going to be running errands within the hospital and within the wards for the nurses and the doctors. And basically an healthcare assistant always work with the NHS. Yes, it could be on an agency route or it could just be directly employed by the NHS. So for HCA, healthcare assistant, you are basically like an errand person for the doctors, the midwife, the nurses, and all other professional bodies in the hospital, where they need you to help them bring cotton wool, bring spirits, move a patient from one place to another. So basically this is more of what I want to talk about, the care and the different type of carers and care assistant roles that are in the UK. I've talked about 5 or 6 thereabouts of this care. I can't even count, about different roles you can find in care. Some of you don't even know what these jobs are, but I think maybe in my videos I might demonstrate what these roles would be. And in this video, if I'm able to find explanatory videos from other people that can explain what this role is in terms of role play, I'll put it in this video. But if I cannot find any, or I find a few of them, I'll put it here. But if I can't find any, then just please do with this explanation. I hope I've been able to talk more about what the different type of care jobs you can hop into or you can work in on the sponsorship. So some of you don't come to the UK hoping that all care jobs, and then you get disappointed, you get stressed out, you get burnt out, and you just feel like, oh, this job is not for me, and you want to opt in. So if you've gone to YouTube, you've seen some people who have talked about their experience as carers, healthcare assistants, what their experience was and how they coped with it and reasons why they left. So it gives you an opener about what to expect and what not to expect on this role. I've been able to touch few points about these jobs descriptions. If this video was informative, if you want me to throw more light about what these jobs are, please leave it in the comment section and I'll do that. At the moment I'm trying to process if there's anything I've left that I haven't addressed about different roles in a care. I will do that, but for now this is what I've been able to talk about: a carer or a care assistant, a senior care assistant, a living carer, a support worker, and a domiciliary carer. So these are the types of care positions that you find in the UK or probably other countries, and this is what they do. For me, I recommend a support and a living carer. But the thing with the living carer is that if a resident die in your possession, or if a resident die while you were on shift, your agency or your care company will advise you on what to do on such occasions or so tragic or foreseen circumstances. So I've come to the end of this video. If you find it very informative, please give it a thumbs up, and also please, if you're yet to subscribe to this channel, please do well to hit on that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so you always get notified each time I drop new videos on my channel. Thank you guys for watching today's video, and thank you for being here today. Till I see you next time, guys. Bye.